Hi, welcome back to the channel. We are in the throes of award season. It has been one precursor after another, and I thought now would be a good time to give my updated Oscar predictions in all four of the acting categories. Some categories haven't budged at all, some I've made some massive tweaks to. You can watch my earlier acting prediction video to compare, and make sure you subscribe and follow along because I am going to be updating them as the award season goes on. I also just posted an updated Best Picture prediction, so check that out as well. But without further ado, let's start with Best Supporting Actor. This one has really not changed for me. I think right now, at 5, I have Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein. At number 4, I have Paul Mescal for Hamnet. At number 3, I have Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. 2, it's Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. And number 1, I have Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another. After the week Benicio del Toro has had with a lot of these critics groups, a lot of these precursors, I think he can win the whole thing. I moved him immediately to my number 1 after the initial week he had. He's showing up everywhere he needs to be. He's taking home major critics prizes. People are really responding to that performance, and it's awesome to see. I'm very, very excited. Just outside in my 6th slot, I have Adam Sandler for Jay Kelly. I think Jay Kelly missing at the Globes was a hit. It's not completely dead yet. It did show up at NBR and AFI, but I don't think Jay Kelly is strong overall, and I just think the other 5 have been consistently showing up, and Adam Sandler hasn't been as consistent, and his movie is not as strong as these other gentlemen. In my 7th slot, I just want to mention Delroy Lindo. I think he's being criminally overlooked. I thought they would maybe respond better to it. It's such a terrific performance. I love it so much. I just wish it was getting its due, but yeah. Supporting actress. I said on my last video, if I was wrong about this, I would eat my words. I had her in my 10 slot. She's moved all the way up to number 5. It's Amy Madigan for Weapons. It's happening, I think. I can see a universe where she shows up like in all these critics groups and precursors and she ends up being like the number 6 slot, but I don't know about that anymore. I think it's really strong for her, especially given how kind of chaotic this category is. At number 4, I have Ariana Grande, Wicked for Good. I think she's the strongest bet for an acting nomination for Wicked for Good at this point. I don't think that movie is strong enough to carry her to a victory. As of right now, she would have to literally sweep every precursor for me to feel good about that, but I do feel good about her showing up still. I think she will pull it off. At number 3, I have Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value. She's kind of sitting in a perfect spot right now. She's not missing. She's showing up where she needs to. She's not peaking too early, but she's not like on the bubble. She is like number 3. She is just floating all the way to the big day. 2, I have Inga Ipsdotter Lilius, Sentimental Value. I do think the Sentimental Value women are gonna split votes, but I think Inga has slowly gotten some critics prizes. I think she could maybe make a break for it as the season gets underway. I don't know. But at number 1, I have Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another. She picked up LAFCA. She showed up. She's showing up consistently. I think One Battle obviously is the front runner for picture, and if it maintains that momentum, like why wouldn't it translate into this category as well? I don't feel as confident on her taking it as I do like Benicio del Toro. I think there's still like a ways to go in this category, and I think like this category is much more open than supporting actor. In my number 6 slot, I have Wumi Masaku for Sinners. She picked up at Gotham. She won some critics prizes. I thought, ooh, the buzz is building, and then she missed at the Globes, and so that gave me pause, but I do think she's like right on the cusp, and I think if Sinners shows up as strong as I think it's going to, I think there is a world where she could come along for the ride if she starts building some more momentum. Some other outside names, I have the Marty Supreme women. They're not really showing up anywhere. I'm kind of surprised, so I've lowered them. I would love to see Regina Hall show up in there, but it looks like Tiana Taylor has a lot of the conversation around her right now. And then I also have Emily Blunt because she showed up at the Globes. I could see her showing up at SAG. They love her, so who knows? For lead actor, I really am struggling with this 5th slot. I feel like I am changing it like every couple of hours, but right now I have Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon. Showed up at the Globe. It showed up in Best Comedy. I think it can do it. I think that is definitely the kind of performance they'd like to reward, especially for like a veteran actor who hasn't had an Oscar moment yet. Like I can see it. At number 4, I have Joel Edgerton for Train Dreams. I feel pretty good about this one. I think Train Dreams has a lot of good conversation going around it. It's got a lot of support in critics groups. I think it's showing up where it needs to, I think he can do it. My top three, I think, are all pretty win competitive. People are going to think I'm crazy for who I have as my number three at number three, but I have Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another. I have no reason to doubt he will be nominated. He's attached to the Best Picture frontrunner. I can really, really see it. I said in my other video though, I just have a feeling they're not going to give him a second one. I don't know. That's not a prerequisite for it. I just don't know. It would be deserved though. I think this is one of his best performances. I really love this performance. And number two, I have Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. He's also showing up everywhere he needs to. He's doing great in the critics groups. The Secret Agent is surging big time. I'm pretty certain he's gonna win the Globe for Best Drama, since Leo and Timmy are both in the comedy category. I think he could give Timmy and Leo a run for their money, especially given how strong The Secret Agent has been. At number one, it's Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme. I think he's pretty locked to be nominated. Again, I don't know that they'll give it to him. I think they're gonna do the whole like, oh, he's so young thing, which is annoying because it's probably the best performance of his career. But I don't know. I just have like this nagging feeling. But he's definitely getting nominated. No stress there. Best lead actress, my favorite category. I do not know what to do. It's so chaotic. It's such a bloodbath this year. Right now I have 4 actresses competing for the 4 and 5 slot essentially, and that's making it very, very hard. As of recording though, I've moved Chase Infinity into my number 5 slot for One Battle After Another. I mentioned in my other video, like, yes, she does have the uphill battle of going up against a lot of these heavyweights and these veterans. However, they're not averse to rewarding new talent and recognizing them, as we saw last year. Also, One Battle After Another is the frontrunner. She is attached to a major contender this year, and she is showing up in the precursors where she needs to. So I definitely can see this happening. I could see this happening before, but I wasn't sure. But after this last week, I feel much stronger about her being in the 5. 4, I have Emma Stone for Begonia. I think Begonia as a potential Best Picture nominee has regained momentum, and I think Emma Stone will come right along with that, showing up in a lot of places, maybe not as consistently as some of the other ladies, but she's showing up and they love her. They love her collaborations with Yorgos. I wouldn't be shocked. Number 3, I have Renata Reinsve for Sentimental Value. I think kind of similar to Elle Fanning, she's sitting in like a nice middle ground. She's not peaking too early, but she's not on the bubble. Sentimental Value isn't like a One Battle or like a Hamnet level of like constant conversation, but it's not disappearing. It's showing up exactly where it needs to, and it's coming along for the ride. Number 2, I have Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. She picked up New York Film Critics Circle. She picked up National Board of Review. She picked up LAFCA. She cleaned up last week in these critics circles, and I just think it gave her the big old boost she needed. I think she could win the Golden Globe because she's in the comedy musical category. I think she's pretty win competitive right now. I think she's going to give our number 1 a run for her money, even though a lot of people thought it would be a clean sweep. I don't think it's over by a long shot anymore. I think actually we have a real big race now. Speaking of number 1, I still have Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. I think she is the big one to beat, but Rose Byrne had such a big showing with these critics groups. She just really got a burst. I think once we start getting televised awards, I think Jessie Buckley is going to start shining there and picking up some traction again. But yeah, I think it's pretty close. Just outside of the 5, I have Amanda Seyfried for The Testament of Anne Lee. I moved her into my 5 after Searchlight picked it up. I still think she could do it. I think Searchlight can get her in there. They know how to get an actress in there. Testament of Anne Lee just did not have a strong showing at the Globes, and I think it's only real big next chance to show up in a big way is BAFTA. I don't know, the fact that Anne Lee isn't as strong a contender in other categories as an overall package has made me cool a little bit. I would love her to get in. I love that movie. I love that performance. And then at 7, this pained me so much because I want her to repeat. I want her in there. It's Cynthia Erivo for Wicked for Good. I think if she shows up at SAG, it's still going to be a real nail biter, but it pained me to move her here. I didn't want to, but I'm just nervous. She did show up at the Globes, but she missed Critics' Choice. I think a lot of people unfortunately are only focusing on Ariana Grande's performance when they are reviewing the movie. I was worried about this with part 1 that they were gonna decenter Cynthia Erivo, but it's happening in a big way this time around, especially because the movie really kind of centers Glinda. So it feels like Elphaba's arc isn't the central focus. I think Wicked took a big hit missing comedy or musical at the Globes. I don't know. It's not as strong as part 1. And because Best Actress is so competitive, I worry. I don't want it to happen. I would love her to be in my 5. We'll see. Maybe it'll bounce back. Let me know who you're rooting for. Let me know what you think. And make sure, like I said, to subscribe and follow along because I'm going to be updating these all season long as we get more precursors and results. Like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me everywhere, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!